What does it take to finally reach that 100,000 mark in your savings and keep it growing? Well, in this video, I'm gonna share the 5 steps that helped me build my 6-figure emergency fund at only 25 years old. What's up guys, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel where I empower you to take on adulting like a boss. So guys, I kind of have a huge confession. I used to be a major shopaholic, and you can tell from my past videos, it's pretty obvious. Yet I'm here living proof that it's possible for you to bounce back by having a solid emergency fund and live your best life. What was the turning point for me? Well, I realized that it wasn't about trying to afford every single thing that I want, but it was about being intentional about investing on the right things and experiences that truly brought me true freedom and joy. In almost 6 years of me working in the corporate world, with a lot of temptations and distractions, I finally figured out how I can enjoy life but also debt-proof my finances. So here are the secrets that I wish I knew way earlier. This is where I'm handing over to you the ultimate step-by-step blueprint that helped me build my 6-figure emergency fund. Introducing the Sweet Debt-Proof Life Bootcamp. This is inspired by you guys who wish like you knew my tips sooner, or you just want to make smarter money decisions right now and enjoy life like we really should. This really goes back to that video that I posted a year ago about why it matters to create your emergency fund. And I just hope that I could really talk to you guys one by one and give you that step-by-step for you to make that happen in your life in the same way that I did it for myself. And it's just a priceless feeling knowing that you can spend and enjoy your salary without thinking about getting broke again, getting into debt, or feeling helpless when you are in that kind of situation. And that feeling of freedom, knowing that you can make your own decisions because you have built this solid emergency fund, is ultimately the most priceless feeling ever. So this bootcamp is a 5-day live training to guide you and give you the step-by-step guide to have the right mindset, actionable blueprint, and supportive community so you can start on the right track and keep that momentum going. Here we have no more excuses that you didn't know how to start. We have no more distractions and temptations from things that really don't bring you true freedom and happiness. In this live bootcamp, I'll be going in depth into the 5 steps that really built my 6-figure emergency fund in my 20s. Number 1 is just how I became happier with less stuff. We thought like once we get our salary, we can buy anything we want, afford everything we've always wanted, and yet how come it just never ends? Like you always want the next thing, the latest thing. It was really having to clearly identify a want versus a need. Sometimes we're just so bombarded with so many things and we think we need everything. And what I really learned is having a clear purpose and why. Why do I want to save money? Why do I want to spend on this? It seems like a very simple thing, but if you're so used to just spending and splurging, you don't think about why anymore because it's already something that you have gotten used to. My why back then was that I will never be that person who will borrow money or ask money from anyone. I want to be financially independent and live on my own. You need to make the conscious decision of putting aside money for that why, for the dream, and having better clarity of the purpose of money in your life in a way that does serve your happiness, that does serve your definition of freedom. And for me, that's how you become happier with less stuff. When you're able to detach yourself from material things and like from things that you once thought will make you happy. Number 2 is how to be a smart shopper. And it's really about setting boundaries and parameters for yourself between spending and saving. And the thing is, there is always a balance. Hindi yung sobra kang nangunguripot every single month, because that's not how you enjoy your salary. That's not how you enjoy life like we really should, like we deserve. Here we discuss where you can budget and where you can upgrade responsibly. We just have the actionable tracker for us to create that criteria for ourselves when we can say that I'm ready to splurge on this, or this is actually something that I could save up for better use. At the end of the day, you find more satisfaction and fulfillment knowing that you make conscious decisions as a smart shopper. And these 2 steps that I shared, it's really about having that right mindset, because what I realized is that sometimes people like drill into their heads that we need to save, but in reality, saving is not just like a one-time thing that you do today and then next month you're like, yeah, I can totally do this. No, like it's a constant decision every single day, every single month. You get your salary, you swipe your credit card, and if you don't have the right mindset and motivation to do it, then you will fall off the rails, because I've been there. So for me, in order to be consistent, which is key in building your emergency fund, you need to build up the right mindset and be conscious of your day-to-day decisions. Step 3 is having an accessible budget and expense tracker that you really stick to for your own success. I have tried so many trackers, you guys, from the apps, from manually writing it down to Excel sheets that I made. And you know what's the best tracker you could ever have? Is the one that you actually use and consistently use. Here I was able to create a beginner-friendly budget and expense tracker. If you guys already downloaded my free guide, I do have a free guide on my monthly tracker. Well, here in this bootcamp, I will really dive deeper into the total scheme of things, not just monthly, but how do we regularly put aside savings based on our salary and making sure that we know when to splurge or probably delay that expense. Here, the most important thing that I did was also digitizing my finances so I can track and see it in real time. So for me, digitizing your finances is key. You cannot build or track something that you cannot measure or see. And step number 4 is how I became BFFs with my credit card. You know, my video before on things I wish I knew about credit cards, and here I will be able to share on how you can still use a credit card, treat yourself without the guilt, because I think credit cards are tainted like it's so evil, it's gonna put you into debt. But I actually found a way to make it beneficial for me, wherein I could afford like my wish list without the interest, for instance, or how it can actually help with your credit score and help with you taking a loan in the future, and ultimately how you can never be a victim of credit card debt. I have 2 credit cards and I've been using it to my advantage in budgeting, in tracking my expenses. For me, it's very crucial as I also went into the next step, which is creating the building blocks and actionable timelines for my emergency fund. So sometimes it's like floating somewhere, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna start saving, I'm gonna put in money in my emergency fund, and then you just say it and then it's gone, like poof. Like the next month you're like, what savings? For me, it was crucial that I made a commitment and timeline for myself that by the end of this year, by this month, I'm gonna have this X amount of my savings. When people think emergency fund, they probably think like cash, hard cash that you stuck under your toilet or put inside your cabinet so that you never touch it. It's completely safe. But what's actually better is if you can digitally store and transfer it anytime. It made it easier for me to stick to my goal once I was able to see everything digitally, from my salary to my credit card to my emergency fund, everything housed into one place where it's really tangible for me to see. So for me, game changer, life changing, when I can see everything digitally. And that's how I was really able to fast track my savings or be able to afford what actually I think will help me enjoy life, because that's why this bootcamp is about having the sweet debt-proof life. It's not all about trying to be the ultimate kuripot the ultimate frugal person in order to build your funds. No, here we're gonna talk about how you can put aside savings, but also, you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy your salary because you've worked so hard for it. But at the same time, you also don't want to forget about your money goals. For me, it's super possible for you to enjoy the sweet life without worrying about debts or going broke ever again. It's really a peak, it's just the tip of the iceberg, because in the bootcamp, I'm going to go into depth on the actionable trackers and cheat sheets on how you can make that happen for your life, so you can save a lot of trial and error in my past 6 years. So here I'm handing it over to you so that you can start on the right track. And guys, I actually have additional bonuses on top of the 5-day live training. First 20 to enroll will get a live group coaching with my financial advisors who inspired me to be where I am today. So we're gonna talk about stocks, we're gonna talk about having the right investments, we're talking about insurance. These are the common questions that I would get from you guys. But if there's anything I learned in my finance journey, is that you cannot expect to do everything on your own. Like, you need to be supported by the right mentors, the right people, and these financial advisors really helped me in stepping up and accelerating my finance journey. This is going to be a game-changing session. I'm so excited to bring these people in. So guys, first 20 to enroll, you have it. And then other bonuses include how to put your savings on autopilot, because once you have your emergency fund, now what? So it's just gonna rot in the bank with a really low interest. So here I'm gonna share how I was able to put a portion of my savings to index funds and how it's just growing on its own for my retirement fund. Also, the best investments to start in your 20s, because you don't want to have regrets with your purchases, just like me. So here I'm gonna share like what is the criteria for you to really identify what is a great investment based on your needs, based on your dreams, based on your aspirations. And the next bonus is also a pause and ask yourself before you buy cheat sheet. So I created this cheat sheet based on my experience to help you also in just taking a pause for a while and seeing like, is this really a purchase that will add value to my life? Next is how to apply for a credit card and get approved. And guys, my first credit card, I was rejected. Okay, so here I will be sharing like a quick guide on how you can get your first credit card, because it's going to be helpful in your budgeting. And lastly is going to be a priceless one, because you will have an access to my private Facebook group with all of the bootcamp attendees, so that we can have real-time feedback, we can ask each other questions, we can support each other in our journey. Plus, you'll also have access to my portal with all of the trainings. So we talk about that it's going to be live, but I also will transfer it to a portal where you can access the replays and downloads so that you never miss out. So guys, all of this is really designed to have the freedom to make your own life decisions according to your dreams, according to what you want out of life, which is the best thing ever. The 5-day live bootcamp and the 6 bonuses, the total value would be $12,300. So before you fall off your seat, I got you, okay? So because in this video, the final launch price that is available right now is only 1,895 pesos. I don't know about you guys, but that is practically a no-brainer, because how I wish this was just taught in school, because it would have saved me a lot of time and money. And if there was just a crash course for me to go back and just figure out how to manage my finances, I would take it. So that is why your 1,895 pesos will really go a long way, because you will thank yourself that you made this investment right now for yourself, for your personal growth, for your future financial freedom. And you know what I realized? When it comes to using your money to invest on something, you take it more seriously, you become more committed, you take more action. And that is why I created this bootcamp, so you feel more accountable to take that action. Because it's different when you watch one of my videos and like, okay, good job, good to know. But after that, what is the next step? What does it really take for you to build that emergency fund to live the sweet life without worrying about debt or going broke again? For me, this bootcamp will just really kickstart your personal finance journey into the right direction and not getting lost by so many books, so many videos, so many learnings, so many, information online. This one just hones in on how to build your 6-figure emergency fund as soon as you can without sacrificing your quality of life, without sacrificing living your best life, because we're all about striking that balance. So I actually created a website where you can access all these information if you want to go back and check again if this bootcamp is for you. So you can go to bootcamp.selfstarter.co, so you can type it in, or you can access it in the description box below. I'm only opening it to 50 people for this pilot launch because I want it to be a really intimate session where I can give you feedback as soon as I can, where we can really have an engaging conversation about your experiences, my journey. This live training will put you in the front seat of all my learnings and how you can apply it in real life. So you'll see that the live bootcamp is happening from May 21 to 25 every 12 p.m. It's during lunch break, so you have no excuses that you can't join. You can even bring your lunch if you want while I am live. And don't worry, it's like camera off, but I can really see your comments live while I'm talking to you live. I'm spilling all the secrets. I'm giving you all the details that you need for you to be guided so that you can reach that six-figure mark in your emergency fund. And remember, if you can't be part of the live session, you can always access it in a training portal to access the replays and the downloads, so you never miss out. And in terms of payments, I asked you guys on my poll and most of you guys said Gcash. So you'll see that you can pay through Gcash when you go through the registration process, and you just need to send me a screenshot of your proof of payment for me to be like, yes, you are guaranteed a slot in the bootcamp. Or if you want to pay through bank transfer, that's available too. Or if you want to pay through your credit card or debit card, you can do that through the PayPal guest checkout. So all of those easy to access for you guys. But you know, if you are still like, is this too good to be true? I have a 100% money back guarantee. So if by the end of day 1 of the training on May 21, if you feel like I haven't delivered 10x the value of your investment in terms of a mindset shift and actionable tips to improve your personal finances, then I will happily refund your investment in full, no questions asked. All you need to do is email me by the end of day 1 for a full refund, but you're gonna miss out. I'm just saying. If you have other questions, I do have a section on the website where you can see like possible questions that are still probably lingering in your head. Or you also have the option to message me on Instagram, because my Instagram is open and I will respond to you as soon as I can. Or you can also email us at our official email address, which is support@selfstarter.co. If you're wondering why Self-Starter, why did I name my business Self-Starter? It was a realization that came while I was in the shower, and I just realized that one of the most fulfilling things that I encountered in my life is because I made the decision for myself to be successful. If I want to take charge of my finances, if I want to make my dreams happen, then it starts in me. I take the initiative, I make the choice, I do what it takes to make things happen in my life. And that's the kind of message that I also want to put out there with this bootcamp. I don't want you to have any more excuses. I don't want you to have any more distractions from what you really want out of life. I want you to start now. That shift in your life, that breakthrough in your life, guess what? It starts with you. It starts with the decisions that you make right now. I have a dream. I have this vision that I have shared in my previous videos, and that is to inspire positive change through storytelling and leading by example. And I said, how exactly are you making that happen in your life? I said I should stop being a hypocrite. I should stop making excuses. Selfstarter.co was born, and it starts with this bootcamp that I launched. And it's really a priceless feeling knowing that you are serving your dreams, you are serving your purpose in your life. Starting off with the launch of this bootcamp is really fitting for you guys who want to start your personal finance journey, but you don't know how to start, but you do know that you want to figure it out. I want to be your support. I want to be your accountability companion in this journey. And I hope that you finally take ownership of your life, because you are the only one who can really make that change in your life. No one else but you. And your journey starts now, and I would be so honored to be a part of it. Thank you guys. Thank you for inspiring me to make this happen. Thank you for inspiring me to make this vision come to life. And I do hope to see you in the bootcamp, because it's going to be so life-changing. It's going to be so exciting, and I can't wait.